circle. Kind of come full circle. So, but we live in a place where we are constantly bombarded with reasons to be afraid. Dear friends have passed from COVID, from other diseases. I know a lot of people who are dealing with depression. We have lots of stuff going on in our world that's just frightening. It'd be really easy to crawl in a hole and just hide away. At my age, I am 56. I don't feel 56. I should feel better than I did when I was in my 30s. But I'm 56 years old, and I am still working on finding God's calling in my life. And maybe you're in the same boat. You know, maybe you're working in a job where you feel like your gifts are not being used, or maybe you are not in ministry that you feel you ought to be in, or maybe you feel like God's really been burdening you to pray for certain things and you're just not sure what you're supposed to do about this situation or that situation. Maybe you've had one door after another close. That doesn't mean there aren't other doors. And it certainly doesn't mean that there aren't other doors that you should go through. I found a video of me from a couple, 3 years ago. And I basically was saying the same thing I'm saying now. That it's time to take a risk. That I'm about to take a risk. And I probably did jump into something that was new and different then. And I thought, well, this is really daring of me. But then I backpedaled and went back to the same old thing that I've done time and time again. So I kind of just jumped a little. I didn't really jump wholeheartedly, you know. It's like having the parachute. It's like having the parachute and being at the door of the plane and you're ready to jump and all you do is stick your foot out the door. You don't really jump. You just stick your foot out the door. And then you go back to the safety of sitting on the plane. I don't want to go backwards again. I want to keep pressing forward. And I've said this dozens of times to my kids. Regardless of what happens today with your situation today, you have to keep moving forward. The alternative of going back to someplace that wasn't working or something that wasn't working is that option can't be open. You have to press forward. And if doors close, doors can open. So I'm getting ready to jump into something that I've never done before. And I tell people it's because I haven't figured out what I want to do when I grow up yet. I don't know when I'm going to grow up. I don't want to grow up. You know what? So I have these things that are coming up, and they're things that I haven't done before, and I'm going to do them anyway. I'm going to jump in and try and do them anyway. And I am going to try and do it without fear. I don't think what I'm feeling is fear. I think it's more like, you know, excited about these new and different things. And I said to someone, I really felt like God was calling me to do this. And they had said, how do you know that it's God that's calling you to do it? So here's what it really boils down to. If God's calling me to do it, there's nothing that could stop it from being successful. And if God's not calling me to do it and doesn't want me doing it, there's nothing and no one that could force open a door that he wants closed. So, what do we have to fear if God's on our side, whether that door opens or doesn't open, if I'm trusting him to walk through it? And so that's what I'm trying to encourage you to do. You just walk through. And if you're trying to push open doors and they're not opening, there's probably not anything you can do to force them open. It's Friday. You know I love you.